You've gained some rare monster parts. You can use them to upgrade weapons and items to higher levels after returning to the city map. Thrust lets the scavenger skewer multiple Dreadweavers in a straight line with a single piercing blow. So that's what this guy has. When you recruit people, they apparently have their own items as well. So Phantom Rufus has a harpoon rifle, actually. But it does 1 damage. Yeah, I don't like the combat puppets. So I guess we'll try to let him run to the end, but I imagine that the whole battle will be done by the time we get there. Okay, so the harpoon rifle also has a straight line shot. I can't even hit him. I think we would just go as punch, stab, stab. Now if I take the shot, I'll basically waste an overwhelm, but at least I won't get hit for about 2 to 3 damage. Virgil has Quick Shot, which is a pocket pistol that we found in a previous area. Right here. It's like my knife, that it has a free action versus free and then cooldown 1 and then 0 of 1 uses. So if I were to somehow get an item that increases to 2 uses or upgrade it to it has 2 uses, it still has a 1 turn cooldown. However, it is a free action, so if I ever needed to squeak out 1 more point of damage, there it is. So far I haven't really been using the can of beans because up till now the enemy hasn't even survived the first round. Or hasn't been able to attack me actually. Pair that with my pocket knife and I've got essentially 2 extra damage. If I can find more donkey boots, that would also be great because that's another 1 to 2 damage. Well, 2 damage. Nothing here that we can do, so I think we just heal wounds, cleanse negative, and push away Dreadweavers. How far does it push away? Probably just that. I don't. Well, it would probably do a lot of damage, considering pushing by itself is 2 damage. Right, I think that's everybody. Let's see if we can figure out what. I wasn't sure if they would attack the nearest guy. Does 1 damage, and that does 1 damage. Yeah, just kicking him does so much damage. This is the first injury we've taken, and given the number of people we've had, we've essentially gone through 4 chapters or sections of the area. Fright straps, whittled from a unicrone or creepy puppet. Strips like leather, but feels far more ominous. I plan on taking one of each of these items home so that we can try to scavenge them, or scavenge them for parts. Salvage them for parts. We have plenty of nightmare resins, so unfortunately we are letting go a lot of them. I want to take at least 1 shotgun home in case I find the shotgun holster and decide to make that as part of my build, but I'd like to take 1 of everything home so that we can at least make a spreadsheet and figure out what's the most cost effective for parts. So it's probably not that important to maximize my gains that way. Yeah, I don't know what a prospector's backpack is, but given that the exit's right over here and we have been full on resources or backpack space since at least this entire chapter, if not before. I call them chapters because I don't know what else to call the segments between the lost souls, because obviously those are the limits as far as areas are generated. Anyway, so we'll probably hit this, and then safe passage. Let's go and equip something. Just that. I don't think we're gonna use the harpoon rifle because while it is a green and does have 2 usable actions, being able to one-shot enemies is just so helpful. I don't know if I can get to him at all. No, I can't reach him with that. So what if I stood there and had him run over here and donkey kick him? Some attacks can apply various statuses, debuffs, and buffs. Check the descriptions to learn what they do. Be cautious, some items may grant resistance to the most troublesome statuses. Yeah, he's in the fire right now, but I can at least take the shot. And getting burned for 1 damage is less painful than getting stabbed into a wall. It doesn't look like it's going to hit my teammate. So yeah, I did burn my own dude, but there was a point to it. Four tooths completed. We're not gonna leave yet. We just recently arrived here. First time we hit continue, and yeah, looks like it is able to just proceed on. Okay. Unlimited deployment does not allow me to move him over here. Can actually deploy into the exit zone, but we need the survivor to do that. I wonder what happens if we extract the other people that aren't the survivor. I'm kind of curious, but I don't want to mess up my my playthrough. He pretty much killed the entire squad except for the survivor hitting 1 enemy for 2. Oh, my first hat. We actually deployed into this region. What I did was in order to make it more likely I can bring home goods, I did not bring a handgun or footwear for my characters. With my Prospector's backpack right here, he actually gets 2 anomaly units. Let's see, +1 anomaly collection. It's not that useful considering how limited stuff we can bring back are. This is the free shot. So now I can just free shot him for 2 damage with my range bonus ability, or trait. It's the one that you get for touching a node on the outside. It lasts for 3 turns. So even the quick shot gets the +1 damage. So that's the first hat. +1 pocket item. Okay, we're definitely taking that with us. Depending on how long we go, I mean, technically, I might be able to stack more. I don't know what the highest stack of this is. We're going to take it along because we pretty frequently get Jar of Essence, and chances are we're going to end up tossing one of these guys, if not all of them, in order to get more scrap. Twin barrel shoots targets and does an area block by obstacles, range of 4, not infinite like the other pistols. But it is a handgun, and we don't have handguns equipped, so yeah, we'll take it. It's too bad I can't just slap it on my guy right now. I was thinking this was a wall right here, but no. Let's see what the ranged area effect is. Okay, so it's about a 3x3 area, kind of in front of you. Alright. the weird sound effects now? It's probably residual from combat or something. Let me try going to the main menu to see if that goes away. It still exists. Let me restart the application entirely. Okay, well, so I found out that if you try binding the rotation to E, where is it? If you try binding this to E, the game does not like it. I don't know why. I was going to reverse these, but if I bind them to something like backslash and period, it's okay. But binding it to E is no good, even if I already cleared the basic E bind. Since the game seems to give you very limited backpack space, I would like to suggest that as you acquire more soldiers in any run, you get more backpack space, and that you can equip at any time. I shouldn't have to finish the looting section and then be able to slot in a backpack if one of my guys doesn't have a backpack like that. That's just my suggestion. See, if I could equip this as I go, I wouldn't have to drop something. And yes, looks like Nightmare Essence can stack higher than 25, making this better conversion. I've noticed when we enter, sometimes it has some Nightmare rating. I'm going to see, is it exactly the same as when we leave it? So I'm going to touch this on the way out. It's 0 when leave. Of course, we are about to find blue items, but that's fine. It's not that I'm afraid of anything. I think I just got plenty of loot as it is. Return to city map. And this is a way that I can easily make sure if the Nightmare rating still stays persistent. Oh yeah, the guy had that equipped as we were leaving. And he also had a saber. I'll add that to my spreadsheet. Whispers of the Ethereal Iron. When we finally dragged in those stinking teeth, our cracked bastard our friend came at us with his goddamn offer. Written like a 2-bit card sheet. Hands twitched like he took a lightning bolt to the spine. Gain jaw blade. Lose 10 cannibal foretooth. Okay. I mean, I guess we'll accept it. The cannibal foretooth are just used to upgrade items. So I'm willing to guess that we're going to find a lot more four teeth as it is, since we can leave with a stack of 10 each time, assuming we wish to keep it. I mean, I don't really see myself using a jaw blade, but at this time we probably have something like 6 foretooth. I imagine it'll be teeth. But since it says lost 10 cannibal foretooth, you know, whatever. We were still knee-deep in beast cuts when that twitchy little brain wizard lit up, rambling on about how Nightmare Essence could juice up our gear. Sounded half mad, half heresy. Whispered that we could soak our tools in that cursed essence and twist it into something else. Something not quite natural. Like giving steel a soul and let it bite back harder. First in line, good old 6-shooter. The same iron that won the West. Now tuned for fights that make even the devil start whispering prayers. Upgrade the 6-shooter to Ethereal tier. What exactly is Ethereal tier? Is it like purple? Or is it rare resource? Green is just uncommon. Alright, well, we gotta start working on that. Alright, I've gone through and written down all the new items we get, such as the jaw blade, the saber, the nail bomb. I saw this, this was on the previous run, I didn't really talk about it, but yeah, this is what I thought was a gun, and was actually just drinking. Okay, let's try upgrading this to Ethereal tier. I'm assuming it's not going to be super far away, because this is an objective. Generally, the next quest in any sort of linear quest line is not so far off, but there have been a few games where that happened. Let's go and start upgrading this. Before we do that, we will probably want some more scrap. Let's go and dismantle, say, 2 broken weapons. I am just holding on to a couple in case that's used to upgrade. For example, I want to upgrade the hunting rifle, we need a pocket knife. You never know what we might need in the future. Let's go and upgrade this 6-shooter. And then if we want to level, is that Ethereal tier? No, that's not. Okay, so the next one is going to be another 15 scrap and 10 essence. And we get Duelist. Prepare for incoming attacks. Deals damage to the attacker if they remain in line of sight after attack. Now I'm wondering if this is only if they shoot this character. So let's say that I have my guys all grouped up, a little huddled together, and they shoot someone that doesn't have Duelist. Would he shoot back? I don't think he would. Well, I don't think he would, but I mean, you could interpret this text as that. Upgrade again. Okay, we need Shiver Spine. We only have the one Shiver Spine, and we get that from Sawbones and Gun Spiders. Alright. What's the bonus of handgun shot too? Oh, ethereal shot. There we go. That's so... Okay, so we do need more shiver spine and we'll get there soon. We get quickly shoot enemy, line of sight, reduce target melee damage by 1. That's the bonus of handgun shot too, is reduces the enemy melee damage by 1. And unlimited ammo. Interesting. But I very rarely... I mean, if the enemy even survives the first round, they don't survive the second. But we'll do this just for the sake of getting this quest completed. So let's try dismantling them. Let's just see, do we really get everything back? We have 50 right now. So 15, 10, and 6 shooter 2. We get 6. Okay, so we did get 15 that. And we salvage it again. We should get 10 more. I didn't keep track of the essence, but I'm assuming we get it. Yeah, we got 10 scrap for sure. Okay. I'm thinking of upgrading the nail bomb. I don't know what else to do with this next slot. What does this do? This adds melee damage. Okay. The smoke bomb is an interesting idea. It can heal 1, so it can be my ranged can of beans, essentially. I'm going to go through, and I'm going to figure out what all of these give me. So, for example, I know what the next level of kidney beans gives me, right? It gives me an extra use. Right. And, oh, it becomes a free action at level 3. Okay, that's actually... okay. This could mean that my guys will be topped off pretty regularly. Interesting. Well, I mean, let's go and continue writing all of this down. But that's what I'm going to be doing, is I'm going to be checking out all this stuff here. This gives me... I don't think it oh, it removes the cooldown. Huh. I need Horn of Terror to make it at level 4, but still not ethereal at that point. Where is it? Oh, it's down here. Alright, so give me a bit to write all this down and figure it out, and we'll be right back. Alright, we've reassembled our team. In order to get the 6-shooter, we need to defeat puppets and spiders. So, yeah, this is actually going to be a little bit tougher than our previous runs, where I was one-shotting all the enemies in the beginning. If it was a Wendigo, I might punch them and then hit them with the rifle. Using these guys with the fears, I don't even have a secondary weapon, since I never picked the shotgun holster in any of our options because it was inferior to the rifle. We only have the 1 gun. This guy does have 2 guns. We're going to be hacking with twin barrels and the nail bomb. Let's go and upgrade a few of our things. If I can get the can of beans to level 3, we could heal ourselves a little bit of the creepy puppet damage. So let's see how well we do with this. Okay. Alright, that uses pretty much most of my resources. The Prospector's Backpack is inferior, just at level 1, to the Survival Backpack. This is because you're limited on how many things you can carry home. Getting 2 Nightmare Essences, that's 2 stacks filled up. And we are not... what we're hurting for is scrap, not Nightmare Essence. However, at the higher levels, the Prospector's Backpack does give you the same +1 pocket item that the Survival Backpack gives. So if we were to upgrade this, we could actually... let's try. Let's see if how far we can get that. Okay, we would need a little more scrap. We can't... if we lowered that, we should be able to upgrade. We can actually reduce this. I don't think there's any penalty. As far as I know, you get everything back. But I've written down, as I've maxed each item that I could and written it all down. And we can actually get unlimited ammo for the hunting rifle if we get it to level 4. That being said, it's not that we are generally surviving 2 different rounds. It may change with the creepy puppet though. Anyways, let's actually... well, he's got 6 hit points. Yeah, I'm not really sure I need to upgrade this. I mean, it is nice, but... that's a lot of scrap that we can otherwise use for immediate advantage. This will give me another hit point there. Let's try bolstering our health, because we are going to get hit. Those creepy puppets are just going to pop around corners and just get a free hit. And so I'd rather spend the scrap on that, getting my... Just gonna swap that. We want the knife and the can of beans. Nail bomb. Right. If we can get this level up, we will get a +1 to speed. Do we want to destroy anything? I mean, I could go just dismantle this right now, because I don't have an immediate use for it if it even upgrades anything. However, given that I've looked at the later upgrades of most of these things, they require stuff like rare resources. That's why we're going up looking for the puppets and such. So with that, we can now upgrade Donkey Boots to level 2. And that's all the scrap we have. I think this is as loaded as we can get. Unless something interesting. I mean, okay, so yeah, the slums was definitely at 0 fear before. Okay. It looks like the game really wants to encourage me to do industrial districts since it has 0 fear, so it must be randomized. Oh, and I don't know what that is. Is that a inspect mode? Is that a shotgun holster? No, it's a handgun holster. Interesting. And I assume you just get that when you pop out of the area. I've never really noticed, but I'm guessing that's what happens. All right, here goes. I've never intentionally tried to bring out creepy puppets, because those are the guys that actually hurt. Just 2 creepy puppets right now. Oh no, I see the third. What is that? Is it immune to bleed immunity? I didn't even get it. It may have to be like later battles or something. +1 range damage. Yeah, that's basically a free kill, or free victories right there. By the way, dynamite counts as range damage. +2. Okay, that's a new one for me. +1 on top of that, and then we get 6 deployed here. Wow. Let's see if it really stacks. I think I remember one of the tutorials saying stuff doesn't stack. We will see. We can deploy 6 people, yeah. And of course we have the 1 survivor right there. I tried to look for the hit point bars so I can more easily see where the enemies are, because they kind of blend in. Unfortunately, the enemies, I think, are not colorful enough. I know Wild West has this giant themes of brown and dirt, I get it. But at a glance, if the hit point bars didn't exist, this dude would literally blend into the floor there. Crispy Pete. Every turn he explodes into flames, scorching everything around him. Fire hurts, but not him. It heals. If you strike, you might just catch fire yourself. Alright, I was going to skip this battle for as far as recording purposes go, but since we are here anyway, I think that the maps sometimes are a little ridiculous. This does not look like a normal park, like you would see in a western town. Cleave ability allows you to strike up to 3 dread eaters with a single swing of your 2-handed weapon. There we go. I was thinking like, oh, I can't target all of them because I don't have the exact tile. Target here. Okay, I didn't think about the pushback. It kind of looks more impressive. What is coincidentally ranged. I was hoping it was something like that. Oh, these guys are in trouble now. I'm gonna leave the tooth. We can always drop this. I plan on dropping that eventually. Just in case we extract early, we'll keep holding on to it. Backpack space. We're gonna go and toss the pocket pistol, I think. Hand that to somebody else. Unfortunately, I gotta put in... You can't just swap between characters, so you have to actually make sure that you have enough room to equip something before you can drop it off. There we go. Now his pistol will do 2 damage. Oh, if you thought he was dangerous before. One of the things I like about this game is that when you try to slot in something that's not the last slot, it'll actually move everything to the right. So if I wanted it to be the first slot, this is the first game I've seen which will go ahead and just move everything to the right of it. That's cool. However, it doesn't follow that trend if you were to pick a middle slot. Oh, no, it does. Okay, I thought it didn't before. Maybe I just must have misclicked. Okay, but that is cool. I've never seen a game actually take the player's, like, why would you want to do that, into account. Now, that being said, if you wanted to swap that, then it might be a little annoying, but still, that's pretty good. The only thing I could ask for more is at the victory screen, able to move stuff around and get a better backpack size. Additionally, the more people you have, the more backpack size you get. That's just makes sense. Okay. Well, we already knew it, but we hadn't done selected character yet with it. With the backstab ability, the scavenger can strike a dreadweaver that bumps into them, dealing extra damage without taking any in return. Think carefully about your position. For the video, just kind of see it. They stand there for a long time. I think they should get rid of that part. What I want to know is about the boomstick. Okay, that is a very awkward attack arrangement to get used to. I mean, if I had known exactly what it was, I would have positioned myself like there, but let's just fire and see how it works. That's it, just applies burning. Alright. Okay, I can now sleep so I can actually comment full time. That's kind of making a line here or there, but not really able to speak full time. When I had moved all my best stuff to these 3 gamblers, this guy no longer has the best stuff, but he was a little bit hurt anyway, so he's sitting out a little bit. Let me double check that I actually have the right gambler stuff. So this guy and this guy, they are pretty much the same. This is a backup guy. Mushroom Jack. Why are you called Mushroom Jack? Apparently it goes to num 1. And you know, there looks like there's enough room for another row below too. It's got so much gear. Would like to stand there and shoot upwards, but since he's not immune to fire, it just hurt a little bit. And he's got the... Could I rapid fire again? No, there's a 1 cooldown on it. Yeah, the rapid fire is really noisy. I actually had the headset off all these runs up till now. Well, after the 1 time I shut down. I wonder if it's been like that this entire time. Jeez. I apologize, but this weapon is just so powerful. It is the only reason we've gotten this far. Wow, that may have been going on this entire time. Maybe I'll just mute the sound and put on some sort of track in the background. Okay, well actually I've never seen it be this long without extra people. There's normally a hand icon. I will say 2 to 3 per full scroll. I can't scroll any further than this. So That may have been the last of the people you're allowed to get. 13. We'll push on for a little bit further. Maybe when we equip everybody, I don't know. All right, this will probably be the last one. Meaning, I'm gonna go to Nightmare level 3 and see what happens. We have plenty of people. I can't imagine that even if I were to lose all 3 of these guys, that the rest of my soldiers can't handle it. That's where actually most of my loot is. They are. I have one item. I organized this before we began. Whatever. I have one item in my inventory, not counting these other resources, but this is just the one equipment. All the other equipment we're bringing back is pretty much worn. Slaughter bread. This massive Dreadweaver hits like a freight train, with a butcher's table for a shield. Clad in thick armor and full of rage, he's a charging, unstoppable juggernaut. Don't try to outmuscle him, he won't. Boom! The hulking cannon head doesn't talk. He just levels the field with AoE cannonballs and smashes everything in reach with a giant slab of iron. Slow? Maybe. Devastating? Absolutely. More anomalies in here. Yeah, two slaughter brands and a cannon head. They have speed of 4, speed of 4. Ooh, that actually does. And what's frenzy do exactly? Applies +1 melee damage after receiving any damage. All right. Well, let's do the best we can. That's actually very sturdy. 7 hit points, huh? All my enemies up to now, other than the Sawbones, have been 3 and 4 hit points. This is what I asked for, though. Alright, what's your speed here? Speed of 4. He has just melee attacks, so as long as I'm not near the red lines, so anything up to here. Cannon head has a ranged AoE. Shoots targets in a designated area, blocked by obstacles, ignores armor. He also has Death Explosion. When the Dreadweaver dies, it explodes, dealing 1 damage to all nearby units. So we'll want to back up a bit. It's a ranged AoE, right? Yeah. I don't know what the designated area is, though. So we'll spread out a bit. Yeah, all my characters have 2 spaces apart. The Slaughter Brand cannot reach us, I believe. And the Cannon Head can probably only hit 1 guy. For possibly 1 damage. It killed him outright. Jeez. Okay. Why? It was one push. Oh, because he has 3 hit points. That's why. The push probably did 2 damage, and the attack did 1 damage. Okay, that's fine. We've got plenty of soldiers I can send at this point. In fact, I could outmuscle him. I could literally just send people at him now. But that's fine. I'm not worried about it. Go and send our first. Well, we have any? Let's take a look at what options we have. I wish you could see what options they had before you, or without going into inventory. So we can do a single cleave. Really, we're probably best using this guy. Well, maybe not with him, because he's got... Too bad you can't equip. No, it would be really good if we could equip. I think this is really our best next candidate. It was going to be gamblers and then all the gunslingers. So yeah, gambler it is. I was thinking about going to a melee just to switch things up, but these guys are actually very dangerous apparently. Actually, it's gonna detonate on me, so we might as well back up. I like that. I like that. It shows that he's going to detonate. That is a nice touch. I don't know if I've ever seen a game do that. That's the bullet I saved for you. Horn from Slaughterbrand's thick skull rattles when you're near violence. Probably not a coincidence. Huh. Do I want to... I mean, we don't have any of these yet. I think that's what... I still want to take Ember of Anxiety home, because I don't want to have to keep doing fire stuff. For example, I changed my boots just to deal with the fire. I brought 3 fireproof boots. This was the longest raid we've ever done. 78 tiles. I can't even see my loot. There's no scrolling down. I'm using mouse wheel down, nothing. Even mouse click doesn't scroll down. No, not much scrap from that. But yeah, I did check the video footage. You do exactly get the reward. It doesn't show the scrap in the victory screen, but you do definitely get that. Longest raid 78. Okay. Let's sort our gear. We have 33 people. We may want to start dismissing some as well. I've noticed that the sort by class doesn't really work that well. It does sort by... It does have the shotgun guys by themselves, and then the melee guys. But then when you get down to the ranged people, it starts mixing them up. For example, here we have the gamblers. Okay, that's fine. And then we have a gunslinger, and then another gambler, and then we have sharpshooter. Then we have more gunslingers. I mean, I guess it sorts them out by shotgun, melee, and all other ranged. Even sorting by fear doesn't work too well. So I hit the fear, right? We have a spider down here, and we have a spider over here, and in between we have a puppet. In between the other spider, we have a fear of surgery. What about sorting by name? At least the name appears to work. So maybe I'll just rename them all or something. Like a gunslinger. It's not even a gunslinger on the screen. Okay. Sharpshooter, Raven Eye Ray. I don't know if they would even give me enough characters for that. We have so many items. And you get 13 per... So I want to stay at 87 or under. So all the people that are black or gray in this are unit or items. Sorry, there are items on those people. There's actually items on everybody, but I'm trying to give them at least a basic gun so that they can do something. Not that they'll ever probably be attacked without me intervening or equipping them. I'm not thinking some anything like XCOM attacking my base or anything, but if I ever just grabbed someone and forgot to equip them, I would like them to at least have a weapon. Go ahead and go through everybody, and check my newest stuff, upgrade them to the max, see what kind of bonuses they give. Add that to my spreadsheet. Yeah, I took the past 6 hours of game time and condensed it to roughly 40 minutes. A good chunk of it had to get thrown out because this gun, also extremely powerful because once you upgrade it, it does area effect and no cooldown. You could basically spam it. But it's extremely noisy. I didn't want to subject you to that, so I did throw out most of that footage. That's okay because I wasn't really commenting much at the time since I was playing without a headset at the time, which is why I didn't notice it was so noisy. Alright. One of our quests, the quest that we're currently on, that is, says to upgrade this to Ethereal quality. I'm probably going to downgrade it right away because this is just not good enough for me. It's still, although it doesn't have a cooldown, it only hits one person. I mean, I had a weapon that could hit up to 9 people already, or maybe 12. It could hit a lot. We're going to go ahead and upgrade it. Upgrade the 6-shooter to Ethereal tier, objective completed. The next upgrade just fires through obstacles. Yeah. Collect broken galvanic cells, my next objective. Alright, so let's go and downgrade this. Gotta chase it down. And then we're gonna go ahead and pack this gun blade. This is what I used in the previous map. I edited it out a bit because there was a bunch of chatter that didn't really make sense because I had already edited out some of those battles. But the gun blade was what I used to kill most of these enemies, since his hat does 2 damage. Or his hat makes his gun do 2 damage, and his melee does 1, and plus any for pushing. So I could do at least 4 damage per enemy. The issue with this gun is that it says 6 uses, but it counts each attack as 2 uses, so I can only kill 3 guys with this thing. Or use it in 3 times a battle, that is. Yeah, slash then shoot, and it counts for 2 uses. I hope they change that eventually. But still, it's a very, very powerful weapon that doesn't need to be upgraded to be useful. This time we're going to go ahead and pack a shotgun. While this is definitely my favorite weapon so far, I just want to get away from the noise. Let's go ahead and just upgrade this to Ethereal shotgun. Next upgrade will be unlimited ammo. If I can get 60 scrap, I can actually give it unlimited ammo, but it's only got 2 uses right now. This gives me 18. Go and sacrifice this, because I'm sure we'll find another one in the future. We have 5 Mustang boots. Let's go and toss one out, and now I have 60. Alright, so I can spam this as long as I'm killing people per shot. We'll see how that goes. Soon as I grabbed that iron soaked in nightmare essence, I felt it. Power, sharp and raw. The gun pulsed like it was alive. Aim got steadier, hand got stronger, and something dark started crawling under my skin. Tapping into the nightmare made us deadlier, no doubt. Question is, what's the final price gonna be? We were starting to figure the doc out. Mad as a bedbug, sure, but sharp in all the wrong ways that somehow mattered. Turns out, before the city went to hell, he'd whipped up some kind of pocket telegraph and even rigged a whole mess of wireless towers to run it. Now he's saying those towers might help choke out the nightmare, clear a path into sealed districts, make them just safe enough to strip the parts. He mumbled about sunspots and flashes and a storm that were going to turn the city into hell and fry more than just the old telegraph cables. He said it killed the power in his precious wireless gear. What's this got to do with the monsters in the streets? Well, our beloved Egghead had himself a theory. Claimed the city's magnetic fields went all sideways, twisted reality until it started echoing folks' brainwaves. Whatever the hell that means. Since fear was the loudest thing screaming in their skulls, bam! Dreamweavers on every damn corner. Doc wasn't done dreaming. Said we found some busted galvanic cells, we get his network back and crack open a fancier part of town. So off we went, chasing sparks through the rubble like rats sniffing copper. Hey, you want to give me any hint how I find that? I'm assuming it's going to be Industrial District. But what I mean is maybe I need to spawn a certain enemy, like some sort of lightning-based enemy, I don't know. Oh, right there, okay. I did update my game, but I saw the word galvanic cell, because I was looking in the Steam notes to see if they ever fixed that twin barrels sound bug. And in the notes it says, allows galvanic cells to spawn, for the hotfix. Combo. Some abilities can combo when certain conditions are met. Chain them together to unleash tremendous damage on Dreadweavers. On my gunslinger, he's got the pocket pistol level 2, and this is as high as it can go. It doesn't increase his number of uses or anything, but it does give him guns blazing. Triggers combo if the enemy remains in the line of sight after your attack. So let's give that a shot. Okay, after experimenting with a little bit, I wasn't able to deduce whether or not it would trigger on Ethereal Gun Blast, but it would trigger on this quick shot. And that's why I wanted the shotgun to have unlimited ammo. For me to really leverage it in battle, I needed to have more than 2 shots. Nightmare and District. Note that nightmare pressure remains at the same level between tactical levels. You can reduce it by visiting special points of interest. Okay, thanks for letting me know way late in the game. Is there a point to getting more than 1? Charred by a magnetic storm, this cell's guts are half melted and is hum-tuned to a death rattle. Whatever spark it had is now just a ghost whispering through the wires. Let's go and pick up another one. Maybe they stack and maybe I can scavenge or salvage them for more scrap. Okay. Definitely works for shotgun blasts. Oh, that's... Oh wait, no, but only once apparently. Oh yeah, I think I did remember seeing a cooldown on it. Weird. So let's undo that. Let's try quick shotting this guy. Yeah, apparently we only get to do that once. That's fine. It's still pretty good. Actually, I don't need to run up to him. These melee guys have a rifle. And this is how you rifle. The reason why I haven't upped the Nightmare on purpose just yet is because it might make me less likely to get further. However, I think we'll go ahead and let them do their screaming. I'll just deploy the 1 for now. This way. They should be able to scream when they see me. That gives me 3. So the +1 from him and then +1 from natural. We didn't get as far as our previous run. I would say the large part of it has to do with the shotgun. It's just not as good as the twin barrels. One of the reasons why the shotgun isn't as awesome is it pushes people back, so you can't keep firing at them. Yes, you do get a little bit of damage, but since you only get to move once, not even use up all your movement points. Like you if you move 1 unit away, that's your entire movement for that phase. So pushing the enemy limits you. Yeah, I just don't like it as much as the twin barrels. So we're gonna go ahead and head on out. We've taken quite a bit of a beating. We were also playing on level 3 Nightmare because I just wasn't finding enough of these. I don't think I even found a single one. So, I mean, there's one obviously there, but we took the left path for items. Let's go and return to the city map and see what these batteries are worth. It's like half the amount of raid locations that I did in the previous run. Of course, the damn broken cell wasn't enough. That hoodoo engineer handed us a list. Parts we'd need to upgrade it and twist the bloody thing into something that could suck power straight from the nightmare. He swore up and down that once the damn battery sparked to life, he'd get us inside Chinatown. Like with some golden gate to secrets untold. Upgrade the galvanic cell to Ethereal to unlock Chinatown. Okay, well, before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and unequip all of these characters that haven't slept. You can tell because these don't have the green background. While I can unequip everybody at once, I don't want to do that. I want everybody to have at least a basic weapon. That was a plague hat or a mask. Let's go ahead and demolish this so we can get some major scrap back. And since we're gonna end up handing this over as part of the quest, the broken galvanic cell, I hope that I have at least enough scrap left over to pack a good weapon. Oh, okay, it becomes ethereal on the next upgrade. I was thinking it's gonna be like 4 upgrades or something. Alright, I believe I've read this one when we picked it up, but the description now changes here. This cell hums with unstable energy, stitched together from dream-scarred scrap and half-whispered schematics. It ain't just a battery. It's a lightning rod for nightmares, tuned to feed on fear and spit out power. Okay. I wonder, can I... Okay, I cannot. I'm assuming once I get out of the menu, it's gonna make me lose this. I was gonna scavenge, what do you call it? Dismantle it, or turn it back into one of these, which I can get for 12 salvage. Let's see here. Upgrade the shell shock battery to unlock the wealthy district. What? Oh, maybe it transforms here. Okay, I haven't read it yet. The battery's running hot now, cobbled together and buzzing like it's got a mind of its own. Wasn't long before we slammed it into the grid and watched the nightmare's grip on Chinatown splinter like rotten wood. Whatever lay past that wall of fear, we were damn ready to meet it. Brimming with overconfidence, we strode off to face the next horrors and gorge ourselves on our own bottomless greed. Meanwhile, the doc had another itch to scratch. Said he needed real shaken survivors, wanted to pry open their fears like oysters. Land was the only way to chart the dread choking the wealthy district, so we rolled up our sleeves and played saviors, teeth clenched in fake grins. Doc finally got what he wanted, enough poor souls to sniff out what brand of fears running the show in the wealthy district. That chalk-sniffing maniac ran him ragged, digging out their fears, filth, and all the sorry-ass tales they dragged in with their boots still muddy. Some were good for a laugh, like the jackass who thought a spider bite turned him into some sort of wall-walking wonder. Gravity had other plans. The rest? Bleak little border tales, folks who chased American dreams straight through fire and came out with ash in their mouths. Now he's yammering about moving on, but says the telegraph network won't budge till we juice it up with an ethereal galvanic battery, tuned to the nightmare that's ruined the place. He patched in a new cell, just enough to prime the damn thing. The real work, that fell on us. Upgrade it, following some foul, twisted recipe. Gain shell shock battery. This cell thrums with echoes of war, fear forged in raw energy. Still too unstable to power the network or reach the gilded shell of the wealthy district. And just like that, we got handed another damn list to check off. Doc could see we were getting crankier by the day, so he figured he'd let us in on a sliver of his grand scheme. That mad bastard's got a hell of an idea. He's fixing to build what he calls the Dream Machine, a contraption meant to snatch power right from the nightmare's jaws and twist dreams and wishes into cold, hard reality. He said he'd reclaim this whole cursed city together, that all our damn dreams come true. And we now go to Chinatown and upgrade the shelter. So what do we need to upgrade that? I kind of wonder if I, since it looks like I'm near max capacity for items, what if I filled up my items, my inventory full of upgraded galvanic cells? Then I would never be able to equip anything anymore. It's funny, it's not something I'd actually do. Wow, that is a lot of garbage I gotta get. Jeez. 30 Ember of Anxiety? I've been trying to get my hands on Ember of Anxiety all this time with these fire guys. I've run like 3 or 4 runs just with them. I mean, the essence is no problem. I have double the essence that I do scrap. Jeez, okay. I've never seen a dread pin either, which is why I was chilling in level 3 trying to find at least some hint of items out there. And we have the one Horn of Terror. So yeah, we are a far way off from that. Okay, well, this will be it for the second episode. Don't know if there's going to be a third episode. As any content creator, do try to chase the algorithm, so if that's something you do want to see more of, please go ahead and help make it happen by showing your support. I hope this second episode gave you a deeper look into the mechanics of the game. Thank you very much, Richard Tran plays Nightmare Frontier. I'll see you next time. While thinking about how I have never found any dread pins or decaying vials, I figured there must be fears that we have never unlocked, so I went ahead and went back to the industrial zone. It looks like we've got either a new hero or a new enemy. I'm assuming it's a new hero. Slinking through shadows with smoke bombs and poison daggers, confuses enemies and protects his allies. Years in the sewers have made it immune to the plague, and to basic hygiene. We can see that this guy's fear of snakes. At level 3, we get a Medusa spawn, which we've never seen before, and biting snake hazard spawn. Zeke Pro, let's take a look at him. Oh, wait, I guess... Okay, so Vermin Shade is an enemy. Alright, I thought Zeke Pro was a Vermin Shade, but yeah, alright.